Hi, Crucian Mahogany here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. I apologize in advance for the lighting situation. When I started taping this video, there was some sun and the sun has set now. Pretty much, I just wanted to turn on the camera and have a chit chat while I'm getting ready about some things that were on my mind. Think about what I've said and give me your thoughts. I love having deep conversations and deep thoughts. So think deeply about it and give me your feedback in the comments. Let me know if you think I'm on the right track. Recently, I had been thinking about some of the things that we do as humans. One of those things is lie. Human beings, we can lie. Why do we lie? Well, I recently had a situation where somebody took a picture of me. I saw the picture being taken. I said, "Why did you take a picture of me?" And the response was, "I didn't take a picture of you. You literally just took a picture of me. I know you did. Can you delete it from your phone?" And that person did. They deleted it from their phone. No, I said, "Why did you take a picture of me?" They said, "Oh, I didn't take a picture of you. I took a picture of what's behind you." And while they were deleting it, I could see I was centered in the picture. Like there was nothing else that was there. I was the center of the picture. It just had me to thinking, why do we lie? You know, what would be so hard in just saying, okay, yeah, I took the picture, and just admit to it, because it still was admitted to in essence because the picture had to be deleted. Even when being called out for something, somebody would say, "I didn't do it." At that point, you've already been caught. Why lie? And I know we find this happen not just in situations like that, but like we find it in relationships, we find it in friendships, human beings, right? Is it just a human instinct to lie? Do we think that we're doing it for a good reason? We always have reasons why we do things. There's no thing that we do that we don't have a reason for. Is it instinctual? Is it animal behavior? Because we are mammals. Partly we can see that we share characteristics with animals. So do animals lie? That's something that people probably never think about. I guess you can see in nature there's tricksters in the animal kingdom as well. But we're supposed to be the smartest, right? We're supposed to be the highest of the animal kingdom. So when we do things, are we doing it because of our animal instinct, or is there something more dynamic about us that makes us lie? I've been thinking about it, and I have a few theories, or I actually have one theory that has two reasons why we lie. We've come up with many different reasons, but I think based on my observation or my analysis that there are two main causes for lying. Or I'll say there are two main reasons people lie. Tell me if you agree. But before I tell you those reasons, I decided to go on my social media and ask a question to people who I know. What are some of the reasons that you lie? Let's get on my social media and see what some of the reasons were. One person said, keep people at a certain distance and not as vulnerable. Another one says, get what I want, avoid judgment, avoid humiliation, cover mistake, and that's the truth. We had someone that said, I lie to protect others and support what I thought was a righteous cause until I realized that it can never be so, and the commandments do not validate lying for those reasons either. I thought it was treason to uncover lies told by those who I thought were my friends and family, but now I see better. Wow, that's deep. Someone said fear of judgment. Someone else said to ease our suffering, we lie until it destroys us. Another person says to avoid hurting someone's feelings, or maybe to keep all hell from breaking loose. That's about it. Someone else says, I try my best not to, but I find that I will lie to protect and to guard. Another person said, I've lied to keep myself or others from knowing the truth, but I've come to realize, as I've grown older and wiser, that lying can be destructive in the end. So I do my best to speak the truth, even if it hurts. At least my conscience is clear. Great quality sai duau ashe with honor and I to the ancestors. Can't lie to them. Another person said, I lie to cover the truth for various reasons. So I went into asking more about what are some of the reasons. I would just say there are just secrets. Those to the grave ones that when someone asks you something and it's really a yes, but you gotta say, nah. That one is interesting. Someone else says, shame, guiltiness, low self-esteem, a not knowing who you really are, and hiding behind a facade. And someone says, it's easier. Of course, with me asking other people, what are some of the reasons you lie? I had to begin to think about for myself, well, Maya, what are some of the reasons you lie? I can come up with a large number of reasons, very, very similar to those expressed in those messages. But being who I am and trying to really go down deep into the core of things, like what's the real reason? You know, oh, human beings, we lie. Human beings, we do this, we do that. But what does it boil down to? Because we can give explanations for everything. We can give answers to all of this. We can say, I lie because I'm scared. I lie because I don't want to hurt the person. I lie because I don't want people to know who I really am. And those are the reasons we will say. But what does that mean about you or about us as human beings and our nature? What does that really imply? When you really when you really take it deep into okay, those things all stem from something. Because otherwise, you would just say the truth. Because the truth, you don't have to worry about remembering it. You don't have to worry about being found out. What is it that stops us from telling the truth? So I came down to 2 basic reasons why we don't tell the truth. It's really one thing, and you all are very familiar with this term for sure. It's called fight or flight. We know we've heard of fight or flight in situations of being scared. I would say that in the moment you're telling a lie, you are also in fear of being in harm's way. You know, I go back to some of the messages. It seems to speak to that, whether they want to avoid confrontation, they want to avoid being shown for who they truly are, they want to not appear vulnerable, they want to think what's real, avoiding the harm based in fear. You're afraid that you will be exposed, you're afraid that someone will see you for who you truly are, you're afraid to interact, you're afraid to be vulnerable, you're afraid. So it's more like an instinctual thing. Rather than confront the situation for what it is and be real with yourself and that person, you prefer to run. So you want to take flight. You want to run, and running isn't always physical, as we can see in this example. It's really you just not being ready to face or choosing not to face what is coming for you. It's always a choice, whether you take 2 seconds to think about the choice or you take a few minutes and you come up with a lie, or you take some time and come up with a lie. It's always a choice that you're making to run. Interestingly, along with what I observed in most of these responses, something I also observe mostly in human beings and in our nature, we don't want to look like the bad guy. That bad person can take the shape in the second of the 2 reasons we lie. which is the fight. The fight response, I say, has to do with a part of human nature that we might not want to admit about ourselves as well. And I'm sure all of us have had this moment where we thought of things like this, but even in that, we lie to ourselves in not being ready to admit this part of ourselves. The fight response comes from a place of starting a problem. Lying for what seems to be no reason, but your reason is that you just want to lie. You just want to cause trouble. You want to be malicious. You want to do something bad. I have had a long time tendency to be intrigued by shows like Forensic Files and Criminal Minds, and shows that tell us about crime stories and that side of nature that's within all human beings that we all have, that don't showcase the best of us, at least the times when we're being at our best selves. And those shows remind us there's an element in all of us that has the potential, the ability to do harm. When you hear about the stories about people who committed crimes, they lie. They lie to get what they want. They lie to trick people and deceive people into being a victim. Most of us will not admit to that part of ourselves, but it's there. It's a part of our humanity. It's a part of our nature. We all have experiences as children or even as adults where you see people do things to people just for the heck of it, just for fun, for their own enjoyment, for their own satisfaction. And you wonder, what is going on? Why are they being so mean? Why are they being so cruel? Well, that's another part of us that we don't want to admit to. One of the answers that somebody gave, it's just easier to lie. It's easier to avoid or be afraid, avoid confrontation, be afraid. But then there's also that element within us that we should be mindful of. We lie to ourselves, talking about we don't lie. Every day as we go along, we tell ourselves little small lies. In the divine code of human behavior, there's a commandment that states, "Thou shalt not lie." It's something that I think about more and more now that I've been given those commandments, and it's a good thing and a good exercise to realize what makes us try to figure that out as human beings. I think that's part of our journey here. Why we're here, what we're supposed to be doing is trying to figure out who we are, what we do, and evolve. While it may be easier to lie, there's a wisdom in knowing what you need to say and how to tell the truth. That's gonna probably be another video for another day. It's just something I've been thinking about. Tell me in the comments, what are your thoughts? Do you think I'm onto something? We can boil down most of the reasons that we actually give to these two things. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.